Hello students, coming at you today from my office, and look here, right here, Juniper, one of my dogs, cuddled up so sweet. She's going to join us for sexually transmitted infections, also called STIs, also called STDs, even though all of them are not diseases. So, moving right along. What is an STI? A sexually transmitted infection is an infection that can be passed during sex or genital-to-genital contact with a partner who has an STI. That is a general definition. Young people aged 15 to 26 years get half of all STIs each year. That is half of all new STIs. And about 1 in 4 sexually active people, that's 25%, have an STI. So young people, students, often maybe not educated, also maybe using alcohol and or drugs and not making their best decisions. Also maybe at a time in their lives where they've never had that kind of independence before, and their parents don't know where they are and maybe what they're doing, and if you don't know about STIs, you can't prevent them. Happy white heterosexual couple sitting there in the corner, how sweet. All right, STIs are common. They are not fun. Who would think a sexually transmitted infection is fun? They can usually be prevented. They are not the end of the world. It's like if you get the flu or COVID-19, it's not the end of the world, but it's not something that anyone would wish. They don't make people somehow a bad or gross person. It just makes a person someone who has an unfortunate illness. So I'm going to post this video, this fact check video. It's very brief, and you can watch it when this is finished. How are STIs passed or transmitted? Oral, vaginal, or anal sex. In the article, I did say oral sex is using your mouth for sexual activity, vaginal sex is using the vagina for sexual activity, and anal sex is using the anus for sexual activity. Naked genital to genital contact. It can also be hand to genital contact if that hand then is placed on another genital of the other person. Mother to child during pregnancy, birth, or breastfeeding, and direct contact with blood. Stay tuned for more with HIV and AIDS. What about toilet seats? Nope. What about mosquitoes? Nope. What about kissing? This kind of kissing that's about to happen? No. But there are times when kissing can spread an STD. More on that later. So, students, there are lots of myths. Possible STI symptoms: painful or burning urination, like fire is coming out of your urethra each time you pee. Swelling, blisters, warts, rashes, or sores on or around genitals. Reminder, genitals are the outside part of the human reproductive system. Unusual discharge. In males, there is usual discharge. In females, there is usual discharge. That's part of getting to know your body. Unusual discharge either is unusual in smell or in color. Or in time of the cycle for women that it is being discharged, and changes in the menstrual cycle. Look at those warm feet. Students, my feet right now are freezing. I'm looking at those warm feet in front of the fireplace and feeling kind of jealous. All right, often STIs have no symptoms, which is the most terrifying part. Much like COVID-19 has asymptomatic carriers, people who have the virus in their system and can spread it to other people, it's the same. People can have an STI and not know it, especially males, and they can spread it to other people. All right, if STIs don't have symptoms, how can someone tell they have one? By getting tested. There is one STI, HPV, that cannot be found in males through a test, but otherwise you can be tested. So, once you become sexually active, you need to be tested on a regular basis. It is not included in your normal physical, your normal checkup. It's something that you have to ask for. The tests are simple, sometimes low cost, and are effective in determining whether an infection is pregnant. It's also offered anonymously through the county, which is a good thing, and typically at college campuses it is available as well. So treatment is available for all STIs, but, and some can be cured, but not all of them can be cured. Some of them you will have for the rest of your life. So bacterial and parasitic STIs can be cured with the correct use of medication. And for that medication, actually for one of them, you can go to Target or Walmart and get the medication. But for bacterial infections, you will need to go to the doctor. Viral STIs can't be cured, but their symptoms and treatment their symptoms can be treated and managed. Viral STIs can go away, as in HPV, or will be with you for the rest of your life, as in genital herpes. So, how can someone prevent STIs or reduce the risk? Sexual abstinence. So students, I'm going to go back and say that abstinence means not having sex or sexual activity. The kind of sexual activity like genital to genital contact where bodily fluids can be spread. Abstinence means not doing that, and it is 100% effective. It's also really good for your mental health, much less your physical health. But when you haven't had sex or sexual activity, then you don't have to worry that you have an STD or wonder whether you have an STD. So, sexual abstinence, 100% effective in preventing STIs. Using barrier methods of protection like latex condoms internally, externally, or dental dams for oral sex. Getting vaccinated for HPV and hepatitis A and B. Students, communication with your partner is really important. So one way to know that you're ready for sex or sexual activity is being able to have that conversation with the partner. To be able to say, have you ever had a sexually transmitted disease? Have you ever been tested? How many partners have you had before? And if the idea of talking with your partner about that freaks you out, you're not ready for sex or sexual activity. That's one really good indicator. All right, get tested regularly after changing partners with each new partner. And then if you are going to engage in sexual activity, engage in low-risk sexual behaviors like outer course, that is not penetrating someone's body or touching someone's body, and masturbation, which is touching yourself, not another person. All right? Abstinence from sexual activity, not doing it, is 100% effective. I'm going to say it again. It's really good also for your mental health. There is no worry about pregnancy. There's no worry about STIs or STDs when you know you haven't engaged in that behavior. All right? It's 100% effective. So I'm going to stop here and then make another video about sexually transmitted diseases and infections so that I don't have to crazy rush through them. Okay, tune in next time. Actually, now pause and go watch that video that I skipped over before. It'll be posted next.